Welcome to the Little League Softball World Series, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Our day-long softball celebration continues in eastern North Carolina as Italy takes the field for the first time with fans dressed and ready to go as they take on a Florida team coming off a dominant performance over Washington. We had a slight weather delay. We were supposed to start around 3 o'clock Eastern time. Better late than never. Young women have gotten plenty of time to loosen and limber up and ready for today's action. This is the third of 5 games today. Our first game saw Johnston County Little League run rule Canada, putting a 12 spot up in the third inning. A 16-4 win over our neighbors to the north. They advance to take on Texas later on today. Our second game of the day, Puerto Rico became the first team so far to win when trailing after 3 innings. Anaya Nievas with a complete game 2-hitter holding Japan to 0 for their last 19 at the plate. Congrats to Puerto Rico in that 7-2 win. That put Puerto Rico 2 wins away from playing for a World Series championship. They're off the next 2 days. They'll face the winner of Kentucky and Connecticut, which you will see later on today on ESPNU. In the purple bracket, Florida is 1-0, as is North Carolina. We'll see if they're on a collision course. Plenty of softball left in this modified double elimination format. Matt Schick alongside Jenny Dalton-Hill, our third of 3 games that we'll be calling today. Jenny, we did see our first glimpse of Florida yesterday, and if that's any indication of how they're going to play the rest of their time here in Greenville, the rest of the field better watch out.
They have to. The kind of offense that they brought into that game was phenomenal. 12 combined hits, 3 for extra bases, and Chloe Cheek was so good in the circle. 7 strikeouts to go with these big hits for Florida.
Yeah, the most runs for a team in their Little League Softball World Series opener since the tournament expanded to 12 4 years ago. And then, of course, North Carolina broke that earlier today. Bryn Freezer, Kaylee Owsley with 3 RBIs apiece. Avery Little was terrific, 3 for 3 as well. Now we turn our attention to the international team in this matchup. It's Italy, a team that played 6 games and won 5 of them in their regional in Poland.
When they're able to come away with the championship over Czechia, winning 4-2. This is a team that's going to have to come out and really start things off quickly, knowing that Florida has those dominant bats, but outscored their opponents 47-18 in that regional.
Italy representing the Europe-Africa region. A young team, they've come together, they've bonded, they've become friends, they're fired up to be here. We'll meet them and reintroduce you to Lake Mary Little League. First pitch next. The Little League Softball World Series is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's, and every game ends with a trip to the big bracket for the winners. Puerto Rico and North Carolina both doing that earlier today. Lake Mary Little League hoping to do that today as well. There's a snapshot there at the city profile. How about that? The hometown of Lee Corso. We want to play the game here, but not so fast, my friend. We got to meet the team first.
My name is Chloe Cheek, and my favorite animal is a whale shark.
My name is Parker Garandi, and my favorite TV show is Fuller House.
My name is Kylie Green, and my favorite book is Hunger Games.
Hi, my name is Quinn Marshall, and my favorite food is my dad's barbecue.
Hi, my name is Riley Tolan, and my favorite TV show is Stranger Things.
My name is Aria Tormos, and my favorite school subject is lunch.
My name is Zoe Brandon, and my favorite softball player is Mia Scott.
My name is Carissa Edgehill, and my favorite movie is How to Train Your Dragon.
My name is Avery Little, and my favorite athlete is Brie Ellis.
Hi, my name is Bryn Fuser, and my favorite book is Percy Jackson.
My name is Callie Asley, and my favorite singer is JoJo Siwa.
My name is Keely Whitlock, and my favorite emoji is the goat.
I got a Florida team that put up 14 runs in 4 innings in the win over Washington. From top to bottom, they've got a ton of offensive firepower.
They do, and it's that 3 through 5 slot that was so powerful yesterday. Avery Little 3 for 3 with a triple. Bryn Feeser 2 for 3 with a double and 3 RBI. I mean, and then Callie Owsley 2 for 3 with 3 RBI. That is a spot in the lineup that you have to be careful around.
And treading cautiously in the circle will be Emma Kamaidi. Turned 13 just a couple of weeks ago. She gets the start in the circle for Italy. Seeing their first action here so far this week.
And Kamaidi just needs to hit spots. She throws a changeup and a drop ball, throws in the low 50s, 51, 52 miles an hour. She trusts her changeup in any count, so expect to see her dance around the zone while changing velocity. Really important for her to get ahead early.
Florida looking to crush it again today, as they are looking out at Kamaidi, seeing what she's throwing early on, seeing the throw down from the catcher, doing a little scouting and getting ready to go here. This has been a loud Florida fan base. They were loud yesterday. They came in early today. They sat through the rain, well, the lightning delay, I should say. Said, go to your car. We're not going anywhere. We're going to sit here and cheer and lead cheers even when no one's on the field.
Well, they've already started leading the whole crowd in cheers before this game started. This is a fan base ready to get the bats going for Florida.
Zoe Brandon comes up to the plate, representing the Southeast Region champion, Florida. 1-0 after the win yesterday over Washington. And an 0-1 count here to Brandon. As you said, she went 1 for 2 yesterday, scored a couple of times, drove in a run. And this is a Florida team that won the state tournament. It actually competed in the state tournament and went to the Southeast Regional.
Ball. The leadoff position can sometimes add extra pressure to a batter. Zoe Brandon is one of those players that embraces the pressure of the leadoff, setting the tone at the top for this Florida offense.
The 1-1. Ball. Low for a ball. So they won that state tournament, and Zoe Brandon set the tone in that pool clinching game in the state tournament. Hit .652 in 9 games as the leadoff batter leading up to regionals. Nice backhanded stop there by Benelli. Unable to be grabbed there by Silimbani. Silimbani, the first baseman. But a nice backhanded stop and hosed by Benelli.
That's an impressive play by Linda Benelli at shortstop. Goes to her knees to get this ball reined in, and then look at the throw across the diamond. Can't get brought in by Slimbani, but setting the tone defensively that they are ready to get these hard hits for Florida.
Infield single there for Brandon, her second in 2 days. So that brings up the very dangerous Avery Little. Be hard-pressed to find a better hitter here this week. Big Al came up big yesterday. 3 for 3, 2 singles and a triple. And she is a stalwart behind the dish as the catcher.
And big hitters can sometimes fall prey to the ball up in the zone, and they're thinking that she's going to be able to take that one for a ride. That one's definitely way out of the zone. Taking advantage of a free swinger, gets the strike.
Pulled her head out of there as well a little bit. The 1-1.
Sometimes when you find a free swinger at the plate, you try to climb the ladder, get another swing and miss. But Avery Little calming those nerves, getting herself back in, focused on the strike zone. Lays off that pitch up and out of the zone.
Got under that one. That might drop, and it will. Scurrying into second base is Brandon. And firing that softball to third base is Italy, but 2 on. 2 base hits. Little did just enough there.
Yeah, just a little of the ball, the bottom half of the ball, and poked it just beyond the second baseman trying to pull that one in. GAC could not get there. Smart heads up base running by Brandon, still gets her to second base even though the ball was right there behind the bag.
And now Bryn Feaser, who drove in 3 runs yesterday, had a 2 RBI double with 2 outs in the second inning. 2 on, nobody out here. And Bryn Feaser with her dad, Brent Feaser, the coach and third base coach. Got our head coaches mic'd up. We'll check in with Brent. And that one bunted straight up into the air and caught by Alamasi. Sarah Alamasi was out of her crouch immediately and caught that one. Big out.
So important to get the sack bunt down. And in that situation, you talked about it in our last game, Matt. As soon as the barrel falls below the knob, it's typically going to be a pop-up. And so the catcher, reading that perfectly, gets out of her legs and gets that nice out to try to squelch this offensive push.
Kelly Owsley fists that one into right field. That will drive. Lorenzi up with it, firing. The ball is cut off, and scampering into home is Brandon for the first run of the day.
Kelly Owsley may be the youngest player on this team, but when you talk about production, she has been fantastic here in the offseason. All 3 RBI came off the bat of Owsley in their regional championship game. And here, nice little poke to the outfield, puts the first run on the board.
It has been quite a postseason for Owsley. 3 for 4 so far this week. It drives in another run. Carissa Edgehill looks at a ball. She was 0 for 2 yesterday. Scored a couple of times. One of the fastest players on the team. There's a look at Coach Feaser. Edgehill to left. Lanfranco making the catch. Probably the best barrel they've had so far in the inning, and it goes into the glove of Eleonora Lanfranco.
Such a tough swing by Carissa Edgehill. That ball was hit hard to the outfield, and the outfield is respecting the power of this Florida team, playing very deep, but great ability to read that ball off the bat. Gets Eleonora Lanfranco a big catch in the outfield to pull them within 1 out of getting out of this inning.
She is playing deep.
We have not seen outfielders play as deep as Lanfranco is with her heels almost to the warning track out there and left.
There's a playground back there she could probably go play on during this half inning. She's so deep. But she made the catch. Well scouted.
I think one of my favorite moments is in one of our big rain delays. There were kids with their shirts off playing on that playground, just making sure they were splashing in the puddles.
So Edgehill flew out, but she's the pinch runner for Little at second base with 2 outs, and Little being the catcher. So you can pinch run with 2 outs for the pitcher and or the catcher. And now Kylie Green. Inside 1-1. You can see that aggressive lead being taken from Edgehill at second base. trying to draw some attention there from Sarah Elabasi.
Well, especially at second base, if you can draw a throw to second, it makes for a great delay steal to go to third base. Maybe that's what she's trying to do. Draw that throw. As a catcher, though, if you fall for that and you throw to second base, you're basically giving up third. So in this situation, as a catcher, you want to make sure that you just come out of your legs and look them back or give them the opportunity to figure out which direction they're going to go.
I love the play where you have the shortstop come in just in the runner's line, the baseline, have the catcher throw it just a little off target from second and catch him. Maybe not going to do that here in the first inning.
Kind of a risky play this early in the ballgame.
3-1 to Green. Green got under that one to center field. Lorenzini off the glove. Edgehill scores. Owsley scores. And then heading to third, and the throw is wild. And back into third base is Green. 2 more come home. It's 3-0.
Big hit, going a little bit oppo on the right side of center. Deep hit. And look at the focus. Up in the zone, gets under the ball, drives the ball deep, and with runners at first and second, they were off to the races, using those wheels. Ball just off the glove of Linda Lorenzini out there in center field. And then some miscues by the infield.
This one fisted in the infield to the third baseman, and Nicole Sikoranza makes the catch, but not before 3 come home on 4 hits. Lake Mary picking up where they left off yesterday. Florida with 4 hits, 3 runs there in that first inning. Italy dressed for success here, the champs of the Europe-Africa region. Emilia Romagna Lilley from Bologna, Italy, here in the bottom of the first. Let's meet him.
Ciao, sono Giulia Bernardi e la mia attrice preferita è Millie Bobby Brown.
Ciao, sono Linda Benelli, il mio cantante preferito è Ultimo.
Ciao, sono Anita Silimbani e la mia atleta preferita è Beatrice Ricchi.
Ciao, sono Valentina Fornari e il mio animale preferito è il gatto.
Ciao, sono Eleonora Lanfranco e la mia giocatrice preferita è Erika Biancastelli.
Ciao, sono Mia Lorenzi e il mio cantante preferito è Justin Bieber.
Ciao, sono Arianna Bragazzi e il mio cibo preferito è la pizza.
Ciao, sono Morgana Chiesi e la mia serie TV preferita è Stranger Things.
Ciao, sono Emma Kamaiti e il mio videogioco preferito è Super Mario Kart.
Ciao, sono Elisabeth Silvagni e il mio atleta preferito è Cristiano Ronaldo.
Ciao, sono Emma Marani Molinar e la mia band preferita sono le Blackpink.
Ciao, sono Nicole Sicuranza e le mie caramelle preferite sono le Goyador.
Ciao, sono Inda Lorenzini e la mia serie TV preferita è NCIS.
Ciao, mi chiamo Sara Labassi e la mia cantante preferita è Anna Pepe.
They scored 47 runs in the 6 games in the tournament, the regional tournament that they played in Poland. And we'll see how this lineup can impact the game.
Well, they've not won a Little League Softball World Series game in quite a while. So it's coming into this one. They're going to have to go against a really good pitcher in the circle. But this 14 batter lineup with continuous batting order is going to have to go against a new pitcher coming in for Florida that did not throw yesterday.
Bryn Feaser getting the start here today, daughter of the head coach. And she's just a part of this Florida arsenal.
And she'll come in throwing in the mid-50s, 54 to 56 miles an hour. Lives with a rise, a screw, and a curveball. That curveball is really her bread and butter pitch, so anticipate that curveball either hitting the outside corner, going back door, or into these left-handed hitters.
12-year-old right-hander has the ball in the circle. Faces Emma Kamaiti, the opposing pitcher, to lead things off today. Kamaiti, daughter of the coach, always noisy and singing, loves cheering on for her teammates. They're cheering for her right now, 2-0.
And Kamaiti had a triple versus the Netherlands in that come from behind win. She is a coach's kid and wants to be a pro softballer when she grows up.
You mentioned that triple against the Netherlands. They were trailing, wound up winning, and that triple was a huge part of that comeback. They need to mount a comeback here today against a very formidable foe from these United States. Late on that one, 2-2.
Good velo coming out of the circle. That screwball getting the outside movement. Nice little break to that pitch.
Got it. One away for Feaser.
Really important to be able to match velocity out of the circle. Look at that spin. Nice, pretty pitch. Outside corner, received so well by Avery Little back there behind the dish. And that swing is late right now. Italy needs to get that barrel out in front earlier. Feaser throwing with maybe a little bit more velocity than what they're used to seeing.
Feaser has been dialed in this postseason, had 10 strikeouts in a state tournament game. Got one already here, but a attempt goes foul from Julia Bernardi. The rising 7th grader. Used to be a climber, they say, but gave it up for softball. I assume that's rock climbing.
Yeah, probably not social status.
I get winded climbing stairs. The 0-1 here to Bernardi. Now that one up in the air. Oh, nearly a barehanded grab there by Little. Oh, that would have been something.
That would have made
She's
top
shaking
10.
her head.
I mean, that right there was going to be the highlight of the day for me.
Who needs a glove? I've got this hand.
5 fingers, that's all you need.
Yeah. Back-to-back Ks. They cannot catch up with the Feaser gas.
Tell you what, right now, Bryn Feaser is hitting the glove with dominance. Look at that movement up and over the barrel of Bernardi. 2 strikeouts in a row. She's getting some nice break on that pitch up in the zone.
That brings up the 3-hole hitter, Nicole Siguranza. The 13-year-old from Bologna, 3rd baseman for Italy today. So a very good pitcher for the team. We'll see if we see her today. That one outside, 1-0. Overcast day today. We've seen a couple of weather delays. Plate umpire Michelle Vendilla.
And knowing that the bread and butter pitch of the pitcher right now, Fieser, is to go outside with the to use the curveball. She's really been using that rise and screw a lot in this first inning.
They cannot catch up with it. And she can throw harder than that.
Well, the key to hitting velocity is just making sure that that front foot or stride foot is down early so you can make your advancement with the barrel in time. So getting that front foot down a little bit earlier will help Italy be more on time.
The 1-2.
That was a much better approach. When you foul the ball straight back, typically means that you've gotten the barrel through the zone on time with the pitch, just missed location with your swing plane. So a really good adjustment in the box by Sicurezza.
Which means you're unlikely to see the same exact pitch in the same spot here. The 1-2 to Sicurezza. Bryn Fieser breezes through the first inning, striking out the side.
Using her entire arsenal. She started with a strike going away to get the first strikeout. Second one took it up in the zone and then finishes off Team Italy. Using a little change of pace, pulls the string. She strikes out the side.
Emilia-Romagna Little League, 4,500 miles away from here. They've traveled planes, trains, automobiles, mostly planes. Here to Greenville. Game Changer, the official scorekeeping technology partner of the Little League World Series. Coach smarter. Connect live and replay the action on Game Changer, the #1 youth sports app. Live the game like never before. Speaking of which, I better load up that Game Changer right now. I'm late to the punch here today.
Well, that's exactly what he said. He needs to be following the game.
Honey, look.
Hey, did you call that a hit or an error?
I can't believe it. They ruled it a fielder's choice.
What in the world?
Say cheese anyway. Local Diamond Dogs checking in, and yeah, you might as well look at some of these stats that Florida is putting together. They have been terrific. Scored a run in all 5 innings played, 4 yesterday and 1 today.
Continue to put pressure on the defense, have been able to just stay so good in the box, disciplined on the strike zone, putting good swings on the ball.
And then for Italy, the Europe-Africa region, the Little League Softball World Series, has not won a game here since 2023. When Milano, Italy, was able to get a win.
Glitter seems to be the theme here this year at the Little League Softball World Series.
Grateful it hasn't made it up to the press box. At least not yet. 1-2.
Matt, are you bringing glitter?
Well, You'll know it's come up to the press box when we come in tomorrow morning and there's glitter already on the table from the night crew.
Oh, you're right.
It'll be Courtney, Amanda, and Michelle that have littered with glitter.
Little pixie dusting up here in the booth.
Only pixie dusting I like is at Disney World.
Well, all it takes, little faith, trust, and pixie dust.
Careful there. 2-2. Ball speed is up high. 3-2. A nice at bat here for Kaylee Whitlock. Check that. Chloe Cheek, who started yesterday and was great in the circle with 7 Ks. The 3-2. Just misses. And Cheek will walk.
She got a little cheeky yesterday after her double with her double celebration at second base. Today, that discipline at the plate starts the inning off with a base runner, working that 3-2 count into a walk.
Riley Tolan at the plate now for Florida. The 13-year-old swings through that one for a strike. A ball of energy. They say she sings loud karaoke. Not sure what her go-to sign is. What was your go-to sign?
Sign or song?
Sing for song for karaoke. It's been a long day for karaoke. Words and English quite difficult. Back pick. A little late.
I don't know that I have a go-to song for.
Have you done karaoke?
Of course. Who hasn't?
What did you sing the last time you
it's been a long time.
sang karaoke?
Oh, I will say my favorite thing to do is at Disney World, go do the Frozen sing-along. My favorite thing ever.
You copped out, but we'll take it. Way to be a company woman. Riley Tolan squaring to bunt, puts it down. It's foul. Now 1-2. Couple of bunts now. They've been unable to get down here, and you can see Brent Fieser, the coach, a little frustrated.
Expand his own, drive one, kid, drive one. Let's go.
Well, and he knows that small ball wins the tight ball game. Exactly what you heard right there. You've got to get the bunts down, especially in these early games. You want to prove that you can put the bunt down in tight situations.
Good job. Hey, still keep an expanded zone. Battle, battle, battle. Let's go compete. Let's go compete, Riley.
In there for a strike. Good pitch there by Kamaidi.
Using the changeup. First strikeout of the game for Kamaidi. Locating this pitch down in the zone. Took a little speed off of it.
Might have even tipped the bat.
I think it might have, but that then was able to be secured by Elabasi, that back there behind the dish.
Parker Garandi at the plate. Waves through the first one. You don't see that very often. Dream job orthodontist.
She sees how much her parents have been paying.
Let's go. You got to expand the zone and battle now. Come on, let's drive one. Let's go. Drive one.
The 12-year-old Parker Garandi to center field, right into the glove, but out of the glove. Center fielder trying to get it to second base, not in time. Linda Lorenzini had the catch and then was a little delayed in throwing to second base, so had 2 opportunities, drops the ball, and then the force out, not in time.
And look at the way that she stays in her legs and drives this ball so hard out to the center fielder, Lorenzini. That's the first hit in the bottom of the lineup for this Florida team.
See if Italy challenges this. If they do,
it might
I think
get
it
changed.
would get overturned, but as soon as this pitch is delivered, well,
it's a moot point.
And you know one thing, center fielder, this is just a Just a quick lesson. When the ball is on the ground, pick it up with your bare hand. That glove to exchange would have made it a more obvious out call, but in her defense, it was there in time. It was just an incorrect call.
Who's the analyst here? But you're exactly right. I mean, when a ball is on the ground and it's not moving, when the ball still has movement to it, you want to pick it up with two hands. You should never go down and pick up a ball with just the glove. If you're going to pick the ball up and make a play, you got to go down bare hand, push it into the ground, and then make that play onto the bag.
Error on the center fielder. So 2 on and 1 out. You are the analyst.
Sometimes.
Here. I've just coached too many games to not share these lessons.
Your kids are still in the thick of this age right here.
They are.
You know what the mistakes are.
2-1 to Marshall. Nice stop, but it gets by Alabasi. And the runners advance.
Nice heads-up base running by the Florida base runners to make sure that they take advantage of that ball in the dirt.
Wild pitch for Emma Kamaidi.
Hey, ground ball back to the pitcher you're holding. Ground ball back to the pitcher you're holding.
Quinn Marshall was 0 for 1 yesterday. Hitters count here, 3-1. 3-2.
And with these runners in scoring position, the defense is going to be playing shallow to try to prevent that run from scoring. So inside the baseline will be your middle infielders. They will look to hold the runner and go one to get the out.
Quinn's parents, Matthew and Tara, brothers Palmer and Paxton, cheering her on here in a full count. 2 on and 1 out.
Ball.
And the bases are loaded.
Second walk given up in the game, second walk given up in this inning.
And the 12-hole hitter, Aria Tormos, at the plate. Aria Tormos, who in her questionnaire said her favorite subject was gym, and then in the open that we ran with our crew, she said her favorite subject was lunch. Either one.
I think they both qualify for you.
Let's do gym first, though.
Yeah, gym after lunch, definitely the wrong order.
The order is very important. It's Coach Fieser. His bases are loaded here, full of Lake Mary Little Leaguers. That is a tough miss.
It is a tough miss, but it's a good miss in an 0-1 count. I love the fact that she is challenging this hitter, trying to get under the hands, jam her up, roll a little ground ball.
Looking outside corner here. Tormos absolutely blisters that one to the left-hand side. 2 come in. And a big spot there for Tormos, the 12-hole hitter.
And with the infield pulled in, it takes away the ability to cover a lot of ground. And because of that, it exposes that 5-6 hole. Hard ground ball out to the outfield, and then aggressive base running plates another run for Florida. They get the ball back into the infield and don't even try to make an attempt at home.
2 still on, and the top of the order, Zoe Brandon, who singled and scored to lead off this game. Now at the plate. Coach Fieser went against Zoe Brandon many times in Little League and said it was always a challenge when she was up to the plate. Always scary when she came up, always puts the ball in play. She's hit safely in every game so far and does it again. Throws that one to center field and another run scores. And how about Brandon? Heads up base running. They're going to send her home in time. Brandon to third. And it is a base running clinic for Lake Mary Little League.
When you have the kind of speed that Aria Tormos has on the base pass, that was an impressive inning for her. Watching her aggressiveness on the bases. Hard hit by Zoe Brandon, right back up the middle. But watch the way that Tormos takes the turnaround second base, hard into third, and then with the attention being pulled away from third base, she advances too.
Nothing gets easier here with Avery Little. 7 runs already come home. And we mentioned, if yesterday was an indication, we mentioned it off the top, the rest of this field better look out. Lake Mary Little League is here for the long haul. Little just pounds this one to center field. Lorenzini, it's over her head. It's off the wall. Little's gonna stop at second and an RBI double.
The offense for Florida is completely rolling. They are squaring these balls up. You can tell that this is a team that has definitely prepared for their offense this season. Look at the eyes, so focused on that pitch left in right down Main Street. Power to the wall. Big hit. Couple of hops to the warning track. Easy stand-up double. Plates another run. Team Italy can only chase that ball down and try to get it back in before Little takes advantage.
Let's go. Yeah, Florida Heat coming through, no doubt.
Florida Heat has definitely shown up here. I am so impressed by the offense of this ball club.
If that wind was going out, that ball would hit the camera tower up there. Wave at him. Give him a little wave. She was trying to come up there, guys. All right, here we go.
Pitching change for Italy. 8-0 Florida. Little League Softball World Series presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Matt Schick alongside Jenny Dalton Hill. A reminder, find Little League on Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at the official handles at Little League. And don't forget to use the hashtag LLWS. Yeah, quite a ride it has been for the team from the United States. Florida getting it done here through 2 innings, and a change here for Italy as Anita Silimbani comes in.
And as Silimbani comes in, I really like this change for Team Italy with the velocity that was coming out of the circle for Kamaidi. Now they bring in a much slower pitcher. She was the pitcher versus the Czech Republic in their regional. Has a good changeup, but her velocity tops out in the low 40s.
Making a change at catcher as well. Not often you see that.
Not usually, but in this situation with 14 people on their roster, it gives an opportunity for all of the talent to be shown in these situations. Looks like we're going to get some changes in the outfield, behind the plate, and in the circle.
You know, for these coaches, these international teams, some come here, play well, some come here and get a little overmatched, Jenny, but the more times you come here and get a feel for what championship caliber softball looks like, iron sharpening iron. It's like playing up at an age level. Right now, Europe, Africa, and Italy, obviously playing up in competition.
And they may be playing up, but they are up for the challenge. They won their regional and got to this point, but now the lessons that they learn here, they can take home, get better, continue to play in Little League, in the Senior League division, and come back to the World Series in a different location, but also find ways to get better every single day.
Now standing in, Bryn Fieser. Attempted a bunt and popped up to the catcher at her first at bat. You know, she's champing at the bit here to get going.
But with the different velocity, they need to find a new timing mechanism to be able to stay on time with the new pitcher in the circle.
Bunch of changes here for Italy. Emma Kamaidi moves to shortstop. Sarah Alabasi, who was at catcher, is now at first. Valentina Fornari comes off of the bench and plays right field. Morgana Chiesi now to center field. From second base. And Linda Benelli is behind the dish. In the dirt and gets behind the catcher, Benelli. Avery Little at third. Fieser trying to drive her in instead. Draws the walk.
Typically, when you come into a ball game, into the circle, you want to fill the zone with strikes. Obviously, there's a lot riding on this moment, but with runners in the corners, I would anticipate that Florida is going to put some runners in motion to create some havoc on the base paths.
Callie Owsley, RBI single in the first inning. Runners on the corners and already an 8-0 lead. Showing bunt, clearly just to draw the defense to get that runner to second base and perhaps distract the pitcher. In the dirt, gets behind Benelli, and scoring easily is Little. 10-0 Florida.
And so you may wonder, why would Brent Fieser continue to keep his foot on the gas pedal in this situation? Well, the run rule after 3 is 15.
Bam, good job. You learned from yesterday. Hey, if you're tagging if it's in the air, okay?
That's father and daughter there. Brent Fieser got to third base on that pass ball, that wild pitch.
Hey, green light.
Green light and the 3-0. He trusts this hitter. Youngest on the team, but she's come away with some really big hits here in All-Stars.
2 hits yesterday. Swings through that one. Did have an RBI single today.
Hey, all you can do is smile, laugh, and move on to the next one. Let's go, kid.
Easy to smile and laugh when you're up by such a substantial margin. 9-0 here, Florida. And another wild pitch. Fieser scores. Now it's 10-0. And Owsley draws the walk to first.
And that smile by Owsley doesn't fade. She's always smiling.
Now Carissa Edgehill, second at bat, flew out to left field in the first inning. Man, that one's a hard hit ball to the third baseman, and that throw by Kamaidi gets the out. Actually, Sikaranza is third base. Kamaidi at short. So a nice play. Coach Feaser and encouraging Edgehill, still looking for that first hit today. And that first hit of the week, she was 0 for 2 yesterday. Kylie Green drove in a pair in the first inning. See Brett Feaser saying, keep your eyes on the ball. That's something you learn when you're 3 years old. Keep your eyes on the ball, but it's easy to just pull that head out as you're swinging hard. The 0-1 to Green. Green right into the chest of the third baseman. And how about this play? It was bobbled, and they call her out. Sarah Alabasi bobbled the ball, and the first base umpire says, yes, she held on to it. Sikaranza, that ball hit her right in the chest and was able to come up with the throw. But not before 7 runs come home on 3 hits, an error, and 4 walks. It is all Florida. Little coming up big.
World Series.
Makeup of a superstar.
Look at that play!
The Little Leaguers will be in the stands.
They're so excited to see us, and we're excited to see them.
They dream of being me, and I was once them.
Cannot wait for the AUSL Pro Game coming your way Wednesday, 7 o'clock Eastern Time on ESPN2. Matt Schick alongside Jenny Dalton-Hill. And Bryn Feaser continues to pitch in the circle, and she's seen some good ones in the past. How cool is this?
Well, it was a fun pitching camp that Montana Fouts and Sam Landry put on, and she was obviously able to go and meet those 2 amazing pitchers. She's doing a great job in the circle, kind of being her own Montana Fouts and Sam Landry version today.
She's faced 3 batters and struck them all out. So yes, I would say that she's making them proud. Whatever she learned at that clinic. I'm sure there's other things that she's learned with teaching and training, but well on her way.
Excited to have the AUSL players here in Greenville playing that game, meeting these young players. Montana Fouts, pitcher of the year in the AUSL this last year.
Who won the championship?
Oh, let me think about that. Oh, the Talons, Montana Fouts got the win. Yeah.
Sarah Alabasi to first, going back, making that play is Riley Tolan, who is in.
The first out recorded by someone other than Bryn Fieser in the circle. But anytime you have a new defender, it feels like the ball finds the new defense. Riley Tolan now in at first base.
And with a score like this, it's great to get the other kids that might not normally be in the normal rotation, get them onto the field. Just smart as coaches to recognize the situation. Who knows, you could have a much more competitive game in the next one, and some young ladies might have to sit the bench the entire game. When you're rostering 12, upwards of 14 like Italy, it's hard to get everybody in.
Well, the rules have changed. Now it's a continuous lineup, and defenses can be set with any player. A couple of years ago, you had to make sure that there was, everybody saw defensive action, but with the continuous lineup, you can come in and out of the defensive set.
There's Coach Mickey Vitelliani calling pitches, coaching third. Played on her club team and also with her sister on the national team. So she's got a very high-level softball background. Last played 14 years ago. And she's coaching with her sister. So yes, we fought then and we fight now.
That competitiveness never goes away.
Her sister is coaching first base. So it is a family affair.
Well, it was fun being able to talk with Mickey on the phone before the tournament started. You could feel the passion that she has for the game and for this high softball IQ that she has, trying to pass those things on to the next generation of players coming out of Italy.
Valentina Fornari.
3 balls, 1 strike.
At the plate. A determined player in the batter's box. Fouls that one away. 3-2. We mentioned they played for the Italian national team, and there they are, 2 sisters playing for Italy.
So cool to be able to give that kind of example to these young players. They've played at a high level. They are passing that information on to these players. So grateful for them being able to stay in the game and pass along their information.
And that one is low for a walk. And no, that picture looked like it. They are not twins. They are 7 years apart in age. First base coach Steffi is 7 years older than Mickey. I'm sure Mickey loves us telling that.
Yeah, you're now on the list that she's going to come talk to after the game.
Morgana Caesi is at the plate, trailing 10-0. Trying to find some offense here. Chiesi, shy, doesn't speak too much, but always determined when she steps into that batter's box.
And we talked about the superstitions of this ball club. She is one who steps on the white line before the ball game starts.
Chiesi says she loves to watch Wheel of Fortune. She's trying to buy a hit. 1-2. How come you haven't applauded for that? I thought that was really well done.
Well, right now she needs to find a vowel, but solving the puzzle of the pitcher is kind of what's needing to be done right now for Team Italy.
Category is sports and leisure. Back to first. Look at that gun by Little.
And they got new catcher's gear when they got here to Greenville. I'm pretty sure that's the gear that she's been using all season.
What makes you say it? The dusty, muddy chest protector? Swing and a miss. A nice pitch there by Feaser. She's got 4 strikeouts. Tonight over on ESPN, it's Major League Baseball as the Rangers host the Giants. 8 o'clock Eastern on ESPN and streaming on the ESPN app.
No, not Phillies.
Well, we're trying to tie it in. You find someone with a Major League hat. Putting so much pressure on people behind the scenes. Didn't find a Giants cap. Don't do it. Linda Benelli at the plate. Benelli stepping in as catcher here in that last inning.
Well, Matt, here's the tie into baseball. For Team Italy, there's a lot of these players that actually play softball and baseball at the same time. And with that, they're finding the aggression that they're able to translate between the two is really helping their IQ in both sports. And Linda Benelli, one of those players that plays baseball 2 times a week, softball 3 times a week, and is practicing for both all season long.
Yeah, the games are on Wednesday for baseball and then plays on the weekend with the softball team. So she's seeing all different arm angles and velocities. The 2-0. That one is high. 3-0 now. As Bryn Feaser struggles to find the zone here.
Well, and Coach Vitaliani talked to us about how she works so hard to make sure that these players don't have to pick whether they want to play softball or baseball, but give them opportunities to be able to play both. They both have they have similar skill sets, but different strategies on how to play the game, and so it just helps their IQ.
Coach told us when there's conflicting games, players like Benelli will pick the more important one. Like, hey, do they need a win, or is this one more challenging? Trying to serve 2 masters here. Feaser serves up another strike after a 3-0 count.
This is what you're looking for, a pitcher that can come back when she falls behind, doesn't get the swing and miss.
Back-to-back strikeouts. Battling back from a 3-0 count, Bryn Feaser has struck out 5. Coming up, North Carolina, fresh off a win earlier today, getting set to take on the Southwest Region champs, Texas, making their way to the park. Florida has scored 24 runs in 6 innings of offense.
So they seem to be doing a pretty good job at the plate. Last inning, 3 hits, one of them for extra bases, scored 7 runs. We're seeing a ton of offense by this Lake Mary Little League team. And let's go. Number 13, Avery Little, pumping up her team after that big double to score a couple more.
Look at that number. 24 runs in 2 games, second most by any team since 2022, and they still have at least one more inning of offense to go here. By the way, I would like to point out we might be in another run rule situation here. And we had 1 run rule the last 2 years combined here at the Little League Softball World Series. We've had 3 in the first 5 games, and it could be 4 in the first 6.
Yeah, they're looking for 5 runs this inning and then hold them in the bottom of the bottom of the inning, and this game would be over. And they've scored 5 runs at least 5 runs in 3 innings that they've played. They've only played 6 innings here in the World Series.
Kaylee Whitlock at the plate here to start the 3rd. Popped out her first time up. Adam Sandler still going strong in these questionnaires. He was my favorite like 24 years ago.
When you were like 10.
When I wish. And when Happy Gilmore came out, that was a life-changing movie.
Oh, really?
When I was in college, actually high school.
Waterboy?
Early college. Waterboy was okay. Wedding Singer was good. Billy Madison was transcendent.
Is he also in 50 First Dates?
He's in 50 First Dates.
There you go.
2-1 to Whitlock.
Come on, find your pitch and drive it. We got to expand now. Come on, wait on it. Drive it. Let's go.
She does drive it, but foul. Tougher to maintain focus when you're down 10 or up 10 as a batter.
I think the confidence is there when you're up 10,
right.
But in terms of focus, it's maybe harder when you're down 10 because it feels like an insurmountable mountain that you're climbing to try to whittle away.
Let's go, kid. Good job. Let's go.
And so much positivity coming out of the coach's box down there by Brent Fieser. I think it's pretty easy to be confident, though, when you've got the kind of leads that they've had in these 2 games.
3-2. Anita Silimbani, the pitcher of record here for Italy. And to start this inning off well from the circle. And cannot. Whitlock going to sprint down to first as that ball gets behind Benelli. Professional softball returning to Greenville, North Carolina for the AUSL Pro Game presented by Dick's Sporting Goods, set to take place on Wednesday, August 5th. That's 2 days from now. Learn more at littleleague.org/athletes-unlimited.
That pro league so exciting to watch. All the big names from the collegiate game so far. All players coming from the USA. Hopefully in the next couple of years we can look for some international additions into that league.
Got to hear Eric Collins on the call of some of those games as well. Always brings the excitement. We love him back in Charlotte calling our Hornets games.
We also had Chucky Kemp and Pam
great.
Ward. Quite an all-star cast to call the games as well.
Chloe Cheek. She can hit, she can pitch, just like the person she wants to meet, Jordy Fromm.
Time.
Cheek to the left side. Picked up by Lanfranco, and the first 2 have reached here in the 3rd.
And the shortstop Kamaidi pulled kind of up the middle, which left a big hole in the 5-6 spot. With that easy ground ball hit out to the left fielder.
You wonder, because, I mean, so many balls are being pulled because of the lack of velocity from the pitchers. If you just start shading everyone to the left side here, if you're Italy. I mean, center field is playing straight up. Right field is playing it in normal location. You can't leave so many vacant spots in the field, but at some point, you're not going to play the shift here in Little League. But.
No, they're not playing the shift, but we are now seeing Kamaidi moved closer to the third base slot, and the left fielder tight down the line. You can see him way out there on the left side of your screen.
That ball gets by Benelli, and both runners advance 60. Riley Tolan trying to get her first hit of the week. It's 2-1.
When in a 2-0 count, that's a really good take by Tolan, because you don't want to hit that off-speed pitch, get out in front, pop it up. And so good take in 2-0 when you're in that hitter's count looking for something, hunting a zone, hunting a velocity.
She's got some power. She one-hopped the 225-foot fence at State.
It's got to be perfect. Let's go. Find your pitch. Let's go.
The 3-1 to Tolan. That's the pitch to hit. Pulls that one foul.
When she's squaring up these balls foul, meaning she's just ahead of the velocity coming out of the circle by Slimbani. When you look at the way,
hey, see the ball and drive it. Let's go.
When you look at the way that Tolan's been swinging, she's swinging with a lot of confidence, but still searching for her first hit here at the World Series.
If it goes back to the pitcher, you got to hold. Okay.
She's moved up in the box a little bit.
Third base too, you got to hold as well.
Try and time it up right here on the 3-2 to Tolan. And there she goes. Whitlock scores. Cheek rounding, hesitates. High throw. She's in there. And into second base is Tolan. Riley Tolan with her first hit of the week. Drives it a pair.
And that adjustment is really important, Matt. You mentioned it before that pitch. Moving up in the box definitely helps when you are ahead of a pitcher's velocity. You've got to make an adjustment to be able to be better on time to this. And even on this pitch down the middle that you like to hit right back up the middle, she's ahead of it, but exploits that 5-6 hole again, and a couple more runs coming across for Florida.
Still nobody out here in the third inning. Call it a 2 RBI single. Advancing to second on the throw was Tolan. Now Parker Grandi, who is 12 years old, turns 12 years old, as we like to say in English, turns 13 in 10 days. August 12th. He's hoping she'll be celebrating a championship.
As she goes back to school.
With maybe some bling, as the kids like to say. I feel uncomfortable. I feel very uncomfortable saying that. That one off the umpire's foot. A run rule win yesterday in 4 innings for Florida, and looking to do that again here today. A chance to do it in 3 innings. They're 3 runs away from putting themselves in that position. Winner of this game goes to the winner's bracket, plays the winner of Texas and North Carolina. That game coming your way next. That one right back up the box off the glove. And to first, an RBI ground out. Nice play there by Kamaidi, who got it off the foot of Silimbani.
I mean, just an impressive play to stick with that ball that gets slowed up by the pitcher Slimbani. Hard ground ball, gloved up enough to keep the ball on the infield, and then the hard charge by the shortstop. Comes away with a really nice play over there at first base.
Scored 163 if you're scoring at home. And if you are scoring at home,
thank you.
God bless you. Quentin Marshall looks at a ball. Now, if Italy can't come back in this one, they'll go to the elimination bracket. And then we'll take on Canada tomorrow night on ESPN2. The loser of this game has to win 4 straight to reach the Little League Softball World Series championship game.
Now, staying in the winner's bracket just bodes so well for your outcome, because you save arms on your pitchers, you save the energy that you're able to get going into those games at the end of the tournament. Got a nice shot there of Brent Feaser, and he's the first coach from Lake Mary to go to back-to-back Little League Softball World Series. He understands the pressures that come with this, and he says coming to Greenville last year actually helped him be prepared for what was expected this year coming into it.
3-0 count here.
Ball.
That strike zone not getting any bigger. Marshall to first.
We talk about it all the time. A good strike zone by an umpire is a consistent strike zone. So if it starts small, I want it to end small. And that's exactly the way that Michelle Mundillo is calling this game back behind the plate.
Maria Tormos. A 2 RBI single in the second inning, and she represents the 15th run of the game, which would put Florida in position to, if they can hold Italy in the bottom of the third, to run rule them in 3 innings. Aria to third, looking to second base, nobody there. You just got to get that out at first. And that ball was taking her toward the middle of the field. And a throw to first ends the inning, or excuse me, gets the second out of the inning. Instead, 2 on now.
Well, your job in your pre-pitch preparation is to make sure that you recognize where all the defenders are on the field. Second base was a little bit far away to be able to get to second fast enough for a hard comebacker. So just get the out at 1 and allow the advancement.
Score that an infield hit, and score this an outfield base hit. Zoe Brandon comes through again, plates a run. It's 14-0.
Zoe Brandon is lighting up this Little League Softball World Series. She was 1 for 2 with an RBI yesterday. Today, she's a perfect 3 for 3, tattooing this ball right back up the middle. And with a runner in scoring position, this ball deep enough to be able to plate another run, and no hesitation around the bases for Tormos, who puts herself at third base.
Keep eating offensively. And that's what they're doing.
Ma no cosa? Ma per favore. Ani, vai.
And a pitching change as Silimbani comes out. I'll tell you about the new pitcher coming up. Florida looking for the run rule.
Pitching change for Europe, Africa. Taking over in the circle, 18, Emma Marani Molinar.
Welcome back to the Little League Softball World Series presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. We're in Greenville, North Carolina, a little more than 5.5 hours east of Charlotte, North Carolina. Hour and a half east of Raleigh, North Carolina. And right now, Florida perhaps on a collision course with North Carolina. After the North Carolina team won earlier today, they'll have to beat Texas to have a date with Florida. Emma Marini and Molinar, now the third pitcher of record here for the Europe-Africa regional champs from Italy.
And the new pitcher will throw rise ball and changeup. The changeup not as consistent as what we've seen. Throws in the low 50s, so brings in a little bit more velocity, which is exactly what helps.
Avery Little just mashes. I mean, she absolutely crushes the softball. And Brett Fieser looked like he was trying to just play station to station there and show some sportsmanship. Was holding up the runner Brandon there at second, but she was caught in betwixt and between, heads to third. And Avery Little is 3 for 3.
The top of the lineup for Florida is unforgiving. This ball squared up again by Avery Little. Huge hit. Easily plates another run. And no hesitation around the base pass till she got halfway there and then decided that she should advance.
Now, Brandon was at third base. And she is off the base, so
ball.
They are calling her out, and that should, I believe that's what happened.
They're stepping off the bag is what's happening.
Both of them, and so they're both out. And they will come in. So some good sportsmanship shown by Coach Fieser. They've got the run rule at 15. They sent their runner at third into the dugout, so that was 1 out. And then had Little step off the base at first base for the 3rd out of the inning.
Interested in playing or volunteering in the Little League program? Find a league in your
So showing some sportsmanship, gets Italy back into the dugout, stepping off the bag with the ball in the circle. They have a 15-run advantage.
The Little League Softball World Series is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's.
Come on. Come on. You can light the way.
It has been all Florida. Yeah, let's go. Avery Little with a 3 for 3 day, helping this Florida team out to a 15-0 lead and in run rule position. If a team is up 15 runs after 3, the game is over. And how about this? 3 of the first 5 games have been decided by run rule, on the verge of being 4 of the first 6. We had 1 in the last 2 years combined. What do you make of that, Jenny?
I just see these teams coming in so much better prepared to swing the barrel. We're seeing a lot of these players playing together, not just in Little League, but also in their travel ball teams. And so that comfortability gives them defensive security out in the outfield. But then also that elevated level of preparation is showing up here in the World Series.
Florida has made a banquet of changes here in the 3rd inning. Jeff, our great statistician, handed me a sheet with 9 changes in it in the field. No one told me there'd be homework here in the midst of the game, but we shall do our best. Eleonora Lanfranco, left fielder, at the plate. He looks at a ball 1-1.
Well, maybe the biggest change is that arm out there in the circle. Bryn Feaser's been relieved, and now Riley Tolan taking over duties out there in the circle. The hype man.
Avery Little, the catcher, is now at 3rd. Callie Owsley is now behind the dish. It's a little freeing to be in the field without all that gear on. Callie Owsley wearing the new stuff. And that one back up the box. Base hit for Lanfranco, and that's the first hit of the day for Italy.
And that's what you like to see, the kind of competitive fight in the box. They had not gotten a base hit into this ball game, and then with 9 defensive changes, including the pitcher out there on the field, first hit of the day and new life for Team Italy.
Linda Lorenzini at the plate.
Ball.
There wasn't that many defensive changes. This sheet, I suppose, had some carryovers from the previous inning. Jeff, didn't mean to dog all of your work. Jenny, would you like to take a look at that?
It's 9 changes, Matt.
Well, some of them were kept the same. Linda Lorenzini, the center fielder here for Italy, up at the plate. How about the energy emanating from the Italy dugout? Now 15-0, trying to make the best of it. Trying to live to see another inning. Lorenzini loves the Dodgers, pizza, and block blast. There's a game that transcends continents. The 2-1 to Lorenzini. Off the plate.
Trying to get that swing and miss just off the edge of the plate. Has a really good changeup. I don't think we've seen it yet. Elevates her fastball, screw curve going east and west. Throws mid-50s.
Sounded like she went, if not tipped it. Quite surprised there, unless my eyes and ears deceive me, but a walk issued to Lorenzini. It looked like she swung at that.
Well, you are getting older.
Well, let's see.
Number 9, Anita Silabani.
Yeah, nowhere near it. Matt.
No foul tip, but
I don't know that she went. That's why she's on first.
Great minds can disagree. So Anita Silabani now at the plate, and a chance to extend this game if they drive in the runner at second base.
While it was a measure of sportsmanship by Brent Feaser, the head coach of the Florida team, and all of these defensive changes giving opportunities for multiple players to play in different spots on the field, you wonder, is it going to Biden here as Italy has found new life.
Nice change up there. Well, if you're the coach, you say, look, say they score a run or two, you get another inning out of this and get some more experience for some of these young ladies. Certainly confident, if you're Brent Feaser, that you can hold them here even with 2 on and nobody out. 1-2 count here to Silimbani. Ball. 2-2. Avery Little, the normal catcher, 3 for 3 today. She's playing third base. Nice strikeout there for Riley Tolan, 1 away.
First strikeout of the day for Tolan. Feaser racked up 5 in the first 2 innings, and look at this pitch. Outside curveball up in the zone. Gets the nice swing and miss, holds the runners in their spots.
Bottom of the order here, 11, 12, and 13. So Emma Marani Molinar at the plate here for Italy. She reads, she sings, she bakes. Wants to be an English teacher, says Emma. Any of these athletes, multilingual, bilingual. She speaks English, studies French, trying to learn Korean as well.
Just so impressed by the way that these young athletes are so diverse, not only in school, but in their talents.
Just unable to reach that. It's 2 strikes.
And she was right on it, just a little bit late. The velocity coming out of the circle, taking advantage of a late swing by Molinar.
In there for a called strike 3. Just a little bit too far away from the dish to reach that, and it's 2 outs.
On back-to-back strikeouts. Look at this pitch. Outside corner, paints it perfectly. Owsley gives an additional look to the home plate umpire to be able to ring up the second strikeout for Tolan.
And now the 12-hole hitter, Arianna Bragazzi. And the unfortunate thing for Italy, too, when you carry 14, not everyone is going to get an at-bat. Unless the next couple of batters can get on base. The 12-hole hitter, Arianna Bragazzi. A 13-year-old from Parma. An 0-1 count here as Riley Tolan tries to end this game by a run rule. And that one is down the right field line and fair. Right fielder Edgehill comes up with it. The throw home keeps the runner at third.
Really nice hit by Bragazzi. They say that she's quiet but focused, and her approach at the plate was very methodical, staying tall in her legs, staying back, and just driving this ball the other way. Beautiful spot. Tolan had used the outside part of the plate to try to get a bunch of strikes, but there at the plate, Bragazzi says, let's keep playing.
Oh, Mia Lorenzi. A chance to keep this game going. There's a run to pull them within 14 and force another inning here, just 60 feet away. Youngest player on the team is at the plate for Italy, trying to come up big. 0-2. Team says they play a lot of tricks on Lorenzi. Players tell her it's time for lunch. She goes downstairs, nobody's there. Hey, coach wants to see you. She goes in to see her. She said, I didn't call you.
And the latest prank, they sang happy birthday to her over and over again on opening day at the parade, and people kept wishing her happy birthday. It was not her birthday.
I checked all the questionnaires. It was not her birthday. Nice stop there by Owsley to keep the runner at third. 1 strike away here, 1 out away from ending this game and sending Florida to Thursday's game. against the winner of Texas and North Carolina. The game coming up next. The 1-2. Ball. 2-2. Young girl watching it on Game Changer, following the stream. The 2-2 to Lorenzi. Off speed, nearly got it.
Good at bat to stay gritty in the box and just fight that pitch off. Here at the bottom of the lineup, they have not had an at bat today, so just fighting to stay alive. If they can push a run across, that would extend this game.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Florida 2 games in, 2-run rules in. Dominant performance for Florida. They have outscored the opposition 29-0 through 2 games.
So much offense for this Florida team, and you're seeing so much confidence in the box as they continue to blister the ball off of every pitcher that they face. Great performance by Florida. They'll be taking on another formidable opponent in the winner's bracket in a couple of days.
Great performance here for Florida. They play the first 2 days, get the 2 games in. They're 2-0, haven't allowed a run, and now they get 2 days off. They've played 7 innings of softball and have yet to allow a run. 14-0 over Washington, 15-0 over Italy. And they'll face the winner of our next game between Texas and North Carolina. That game will be over on ESPN2. Italy will take on Canada coming up tomorrow in an elimination game. Well, Florida able to pound out a ton of hits and get 15 runs, and Avery Little once again one of the stars with a 3-for-3 performance. Avery, what has gotten into you here in this postseason? All you're doing is hitting. What's working for you right now?
Just focusing on staying through the ball and trusting that it goes with it, I guess. I don't know.
Well, and it's been going well, honestly. We talked to your coach. He said that you actually train hitting 70-mile-an-hour baseballs to get ready for this World Series. How do you think that's helping you?
It's helping me stay through the ball and training my hands to go fast.
Avery, what makes this team such a formidable team to face?
We play for each other. We all love each other, and this is our goal. So we've been just training, and we won it.
Well, and when it comes to your approach, now you've got a couple of days off. How are you guys going to stay focused knowing that you're staying in the winner's bracket?
Just practicing and focusing on doing our best and keeping calm under pressure.
Well, Avery Little has come up big. 6 for 6 so far through 2 games. Avery, congratulations. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Avery Little, 13-year-old masher, just turned 13 last month. Coach Fieser has got a pretty good roster there for Lake Mary Little League, outscoring the opposition 29-0. North Carolina and Texas coming up next. For Jenny Dalton Hill, I'm Matt Schick. So long from Greenville. 3 of 5 games today in Greenville officially in the books.